Right, so a little bit of a quick video. I'm just messing around with an R6. I've got a single cylinder Misfire. Now I'm just playing around with some fuel trims, and I've got my oscilloscope out. I just thought I'd show you a few little interesting bits with it's kind of related to a video I've got coming out, the anatomy of motorcycle fuel injection, but this is a good little sideline just showing you how longer injector opening time equals more fuel. So anyway, I'm waffling. So to get to the adjustment on this is a 2005 R6, so get to the adjustment I need two hands, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the select and the reset button whilst turning on the ignition, and I'll bring up a dialogue screen. I'll show bloody hell, what's the word? A diagnostic screen. I'll show you now. Right, so we've got both buttons held down. And it goes into this, and then you can select between CO or diagnostic. So we want CO, and then I hold both buttons again. That noise you can hear is my little boy. Sam, put it down. Good boy. Right, so that's cylinder 1, and then you can cycle through the cylinders. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can adjust this adjustment is only for idle. So it's a CO adjustment for tick over. It has an effect. It tapers off, I believe, up to about 3000 RPM. So we're interested in cylinder 1. And then what you do to adjust it is you hold the two buttons again, and then it brings you up this number, and this number goes all the way up to, what's it go all the way up to? Can't remember. It goes up high. I think it goes up to 99, and then it'll go negative 99 as well, I think. So anyway, we're on, where were we? We're on 7. Let me start the bike up and show you what I've got on the oscilloscope. Right. So down here, this is the injection pulse width. So we're at 2.18 milliseconds, and this is a live waveform, and you can see I've got this cursor. See, I'm measuring with cursors, and it's giving me the milliseconds of injection opening time, assuming the cursors are on the lines. So what I can do now, if I move this number, if I go up with that, what's happening down here, now the injector's open longer. Does that make sense? So now I've got 2.4 milliseconds of fuel. You can hear it starting to misfire. Actually, it's too rich at that. Anyway, so that's just a quick video for you Patreon guys, just showing you that fuel injection pulse width, obviously the fuel pressure is constant, and then the way it gets more or less fuel is the injector is open or closed for a longer amount of time, longer or shorter amount of time, if that makes sense. Anyway, sorry, that's a quick mobile phone video. I just thought that might be interesting to share with you guys. See you on the other side. Oh, and thank you very much for the money, I appreciate it. So this next clip you're going to see is a video I've just sent to the customer to kind of explain to him what's going on. It's got this weird situation where it ticks over fine most of the time, then all of a sudden it'll have a bit of a wobble, and it's basically all of a sudden starts over injecting fuel and goes really rich. I thought maybe it was going to be throttle position sensor. That's normally the cause, but it all seems to be fine, and all the obvious checks check out okay. Bit of a mystery, this one. Hello mate, I thought it's probably easier to make a little video with this rather than trying to explain to you. I'll try and get it to replicate the problem. What seems to be happening is when it has its wobble, it'll tick over perfectly for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it'll decide it doesn't want to tick over, and what seems to be happening is it's over injecting like crazy. I'll try and capture it on my oscilloscope so I can show you. Right, so it should, right, this is okay now. So we've got about, we've got 2.8 milliseconds of fuel. it should be more like 1.8, and it's jumping around quite a lot. If I can get it to, I'll rev it up a bit and get it to tick over properly. Right, so now it's ticking over. It's decided all of a sudden it wants to tick over okay, and we're sort of at 2 milliseconds. So there's something funky going on maybe with the ECU. All of a sudden it will go rich. Not sure, but that's what I found. That's what's causing your bad idle. So it's definitely a weird one, this. I thought it was going to be, I might have previously mentioned this, I thought it was going to be the throttle position sensor. They can wear, where they fit on the shaft of the throttle bodies, you can get a little bit of play, and then the engine thinks that the throttle is, or the engine computer thinks the throttle is partially open, so it over injects. Not the case in this case though. People sometimes ask me, do you ever get beaten by a motorbike? And my sort of stock answer is no, of course not. But in situations like this, what can happen is this guy thought he was just bringing it in for a quick £250 service, and he had a bit of a misfire, and I said to him, well, I'll get to the bottom of that misfire in short order, don't worry about that. What can happen is, because I'm like a dog with a bone and I can't leave it alone and I have to fix it, you end up working for free, which is slightly irritating. So, you know, you can spend hours doing diagnostic work. I sort of do it to myself, really. I probably shouldn't do that, but I just have to get to the bottom of it. So I'm way past the point where I can charge this guy any money now, but I just, it's annoying me. I need to know what's wrong with it, and I haven't got a solution yet. I think maybe, like I said just previously, something weird going on with the ECU, and the ECU is also making a weird buzzing sound, which is a bit odd. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.